Vincent Van Gogh, people told him, you can't be a great painter, you only have one ear. You know what he said? I can't hear you.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Phillies sports talk morning show with Chris, KJ, and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds. Let's take it to the
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. As Benny just said, welcome to Sippin' Sports Podcast, the Saturday morning Phillies sports talk show hosted by myself, Dalton Holland, my co-host KJ McCoy, and normally, of course, my other co-host Chaos Chris, but he's out doing some stuff right now. He's a little bit busy, so we'll see him soon. But as you guys can see, KJ McCoy and I in the midst of the Philly season, decked out in red. How you feeling today, Mac?
Feeling great. I was at the kind of don't have too much of a voice, but was at the Phillies game last night. They took down the Marlins in the first game of the series, so that was great to see. I'm now 3-0 at Phillies games, so maybe it's a trend. Maybe people need to start giving me free tickets because then the Phillies will win all their games.
So yeah, you're petitioning for free tickets.
Yeah.
I'm petitioning for you to get free 2 tickets so I can go with you.
Yep.
That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. 3-0 is a pretty good record though. And if you guys hear some seagulls in the background, I apologize. I'm actually in Wildwood, which is a ton of fun. So we're here for the weekend. But if that's the background noise, and if you think that's me, that's not me. That's the seagulls. I'm just saying. No.
Yeah.
But
Dol could do some animal noises, but he has not perfected the seagull yet. We're working on it.
Yeah, you're the animal impressionist over there. But I don't think anybody can impression or impersonate what Zach Wheeler has been doing this season for the Philadelphia Phillies. 41 strikeouts this year, currently second in the MLB. I mean, how are you feeling about this guy? Cy Young favorite for the NL or?
He could be. I think if anything, it's probably Sanchez. I think Christopher Sanchez has been the most impressive pitcher on this Phillies roster right now. I think he's the most impressive. Wheeler has been great. He has not been, obviously second in the league. That's great. But there were a couple games ago where he gave up a couple homers, couple runs as well. But honestly, though, he's not as bad as Nola. He's not as bad as Taiwan as well. So, with Wheeler, though, he's usually an ace, and he was an ace last night for sure. He definitely was. And the pitches that he was throwing last night were impressive, and he looked like he was the old Wheeler, like he was getting back into the groove because we were a little worried recently. We were like, oh, geez, this is kind of worrisome a little bit, the way that he was pitching a couple games ago. And now we're kind of settled a little bit, I think, going against a not too much anticipated Marlins roster. I think that kind of boosted his confidence back up that he could be like a second in the league, kind of Cy Young kind of contender for sure.
So you're saying he's getting old is what you're saying?
No, well, yeah. Obviously he's getting old, but I'm saying I'm saying is though, there's obviously he was letting some runs go. He was letting some home runs up as well. The game before this that he pitched out, and now he's looking like himself because people were kind of worried. You kind of had some it was kind of a little bit raised some red flags just a little bit. But honestly, though, I wasn't too worried. Wheeler's one of my favorite pitchers. I'd probably say Stanched's probably number one, and then it'd probably go Wheeler. And Nola's probably dead last, one of the dead last as well with Taiwan Walker. But yeah, I think honestly Wheeler is going to he is back in the groove. I think just if you give him more these kind of stretches, I think he's going to just keep on thriving in these kind of positions for sure.
Yeah, he's going to continue to make us proud. I really like Zach Wheeler too. All jokes aside, he's been Mr. Consistent, Captain America almost for the Phillies pitching over the last 5 years, I think. Since did they trade for him? They didn't draft him, right? They traded for him.
They traded for him. So I believe they traded for him. He was from the Mets, actually, which usually we don't really work out with Mets players. I mean, we've kind of seen. I'm trying to think. I think it was Jarius Familia a couple years ago. There was also a couple other Mets that did not work out here, but Wheeler's pretty much like one of the only Mets that's actually kind of worked out. And we've kind of been like, oh my God. Like, I think the Mets fans are even kind of they're mad that they let him go. They're definitely mad because I think they believed in some other pitcher. I forget who they were trying to really put all their eggs in. Well, actually, I mean, not pun intended. I mean, even though it is Easter, all their eggs in one basket, I think, with another pitcher. So I think with them, they moved on from Wheeler and they obviously regretted that move. I mean, it's one of those moves you're like, oh my gosh, if I could go back and redo it, they would do it. But yeah, I mean, I think with Wheeler, I mean, we got him years ago. I mean, I think it's like his what is it like? Maybe like his 5th or 6th year with the Phils. It's been a little while now, so I mean, he's been here for a good hot minute. So I mean, we're glad that we have him, and I think only time will tell with him. I think obviously, I mean, when the postseason starts to rev up as well, I think that's where Wheeler really stands out as well. It shows that he's one of the best pitchers in this league.
Yeah, I think he's only going to continue to like kind of establish himself. Like he's going to have a career year this year, I think, where he's done it a couple of times. He's been around the block and he knows what he needs to do to kind of get to that Cy Young level. And he's already playing there. So I think it's just kind of like take it game by game, be consistent throughout the year. And if you can do that, you're going to see a really good effect by the end of the season. So props to Zach Wheeler for holding it down. Hopefully he can continue to, because I know all Philadelphia Phillies fans have been blown away and very happy with what they've seen from him this year. But moving on now to the Marlins, I guess we're having fish for dinner. I know that's like a Friday thing during Lent with Easter being tomorrow. I guess we're full of Easter puns today. But yeah, man, the Marlins are a team that I feel like gets the better of the Phillies, especially over the past 5-6 years. And it's really good to see over the past 2 years, specifically, the Phillies kind of get back at them. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? How was the game last night? How was the
it was
atmosphere?
great. It was a great atmosphere. I mean, I think it was like some kind of record since like 2008. I mean, they had 46,000 fans. So that was awesome. I mean, that place was packed. But yeah, the Marlins usually always have our number for some reason, even though they might not have the better team like on paper. They always have our number for some reason. But right now, this feels like this could be a little different where we actually realize that we are the better team. And when we actually do play them, we actually do capitalize and we actually do beat the Marlins in a full series. So I mean, that was one thing for years. It just seemed like we couldn't do. It seemed like we just could not beat the Marlins, and there was just some mediocre players just kicking our butts. And it was even at home as well, which was really disappointing. I even witnessed once when the Phillies were playing the Marlins a potential walk off. I think it was one of the guys that we really invested in and never did really anything. I'm trying to think his name. It'll pop up. But yeah, I think with the Marlins, it's going to be. I think this series is going to be where we kind of start like a trend where like, okay, we realize like we're the better team than the Marlins. We definitely are. So, and I mean, we're one of the best teams in our division as well in the NL East. So, I mean, that's a good thing. But I mean, the Mets are revving up just a little bit. You know, Lindor hit that walk off last night. So, I mean, that's a little bit like, oh, that kind of raise your eyebrows a bit because like that guy gets hot. I mean, you got to watch out though in the postseason for sure. And I mean, they got Soto too, where I know Mets fans are like going crazy like Chicken Little right now, saying that, oh my gosh, he sucks right now. Like, hey, we dealt with that with Trey Turner. Like right at first, we were like, oh my gosh, like this sucks. He's not worth the money. And I mean, he's done okay. Do I still think he's worth the money? Not really, but I think with Soto, he's that good of a player that he'll be fine.
Yeah, I know what you're saying with Trey. It's frustrating how much money they've spent on him. Hopefully the Phillies can continue to get it together. I won't say too much about him because I haven't watched him for the past week. We're going to talk here in a second about our fundraiser that we had on Wednesday night. That is why I've been kind of MIA. So I got to get back into it and watching the team. But I'll ask you first, KJ, who will be a Philadelphia Eagle after the draft this Thursday?
Man, that's a tough question. That is a really tough question. I think they are going to trade up, but I do not think it's going to be in the top 5, and I do not think it's going to be for Abdul Carter. I don't know if you've been hearing, but there's been idiotic rumors. I mean, like crazy. I can't even believe the talks that I'm hearing on the radio and everything like that. And what I'm hearing is that AJ Brown is a name that could be in a trade package for us to get maybe the 5th pick, maybe the Patriots pick, where that would reunite AJ Brown and Mike Vrabel. But no, I don't want that. I don't want to hear that at all. AJ Brown is the best Eagles wide receiver we've ever had. And I get it. We have Saquon Barkley, and it really kind of, where you have a guy like Saquon Barkley, it kind of makes other defenses kind of focus in and key on a guy like Saquon and be like, all right, we got to stop the run. And then you got 2 demons on both sides. You got AJ and you got Devontae. I don't think you split that up. I think it's stupid. After Super Bowl, I think it's just stupid. So I would be very livid. I'd be very pissed if they do this kind of trade. But I do think they are going to trade up to get – I want them to get Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State, but I think they're going to get this tight end, I believe – I'm trying to think his name. Oh, man. I just had his name in my head. I think his name is Mason something. It's Mason something, but I mean – I got to check out his name again. I'll check on my phone momentarily, but I think they're going to go for a tight end. What's up? I can't hear you. You're muted. What's up?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally muted myself. Is he the defensive tackle? Is it Mason Graham, the defensive tackle from maybe Oregon or Michigan? Oh, he's a tight end?
Tight end. I'm trying to think his name, but hopefully the comments section can help me out. I'm trying to think his name, but I think it's Mason something.
Well, I'll say this while you're looking up his name. I would love Malachi Starks. He's at the top of my wish list. The Eagles haven't invested in a safety in the first round since I can remember, and Sidney Brown is the highest draft pick that they've invested in a safety since I can remember as well. So I really do want to see Sidney Brown get a shot and develop, but I would really like to see them take like a blue chip capital safety in this draft, who Malachi Starks is. Nick Manawari from South Carolina, another great safety. I want a hard hitter, a guy with a good football IQ, a guy that's a leader, but not a head case. You know what I mean? It's got to be that fine balance, because ultimately that was what got CJGJ out of here, was his off the field antics, the things that he did and the things that he said. So I feel like if the Eagles could bring in a safety like Nick Manawari, or if they could bring in a safety like Malachi Starks, they would be in a really, really good spot. Edge rusher too, I think would be pretty good. There's a couple of guys like Abdul Carter. If they trade up for him for that number 4 pick with the Patriots, I heard you say that earlier. You know, I'm going to break the internet. Like, I'm going to break the internet because I said it 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. If that happens draft night, you're going to see probably one of the funniest reactions you've ever seen out of me ever, Mac. Get ready. I'm going to be jumping up and down. I'm going to be saying, I told you so. And God bless Jack Jordan and Josh Zepp if that happens, because they're never going to hear the end of it. I agree with you. I don't want them to trade AJ Brown, especially after a Super Bowl. Breaking up a Super Bowl team is not smart. But you notice what the trade rumors are trending towards, and it's what the Eagles have a surplus of, which is wide receiver and other position, corner. So they're like potentially making these trades where some of these guys leave, but wide receivers, the most, I think, actual realistic, which it's not even that realistic, but you have Devontae Smith and you have AJ Brown, who are both getting older. They're both all pro caliber receivers, and you're probably not going to be able to pay both of them on their next contract. And I hate to say it, but if I had a gun to my head and if I had to pick one of the wide receivers to keep, I'd probably keep Smitty, because the reason is Smitty is he's just as talented. I think he just doesn't get as many looks, but he doesn't bring the off the field drama. That's what I really like about Devontae Smith. Like, you've never had an off the field drama, rumor, anything with Devontae Smith. Whereas with AJ Brown, it's inevitable. Now, I don't want AJ Brown to leave, but if they do get rid of AJ Brown, I guess I'm trying to say I wouldn't be surprised, because of course what they just did with CJGJ. I think Howie's shown, hey, if you're going to kind of, threaten my Super Bowl chemistry in any sort of way, I'm going to get you out of here.
Yeah, so I figured out who the player was, and Short actually brought it up. Mason Taylor, and he actually is the son of former Dolphins Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. So he's a tight end for LSU. I like his game a lot. He's projected a late first round, so we could pick him up at 32. So yes, I think we could pick him up at 32, or we could maybe, if he's projected a little bit more, like a little bit of a higher pick, maybe we pick him up there. But I think that kid Jason Taylor is going to be a pretty good player. But I'm fine with getting a guy like who were you saying? The Starks, right? I mean Malachi, right? Yeah, Malachi Starks. I would love to get him. I just see somebody else picking him up, unfortunately. I would love to get him. Don't get me wrong. But I see somebody else going after Malachi Starks. I think, unfortunately, I would love, like, if it was like a realistic thing. I think at 32, though, you don't get Malachi Starks, unfortunately. You got to move up. So I think you got to do that. And I think with AJ, it's I get what you're saying with the whole drama thing. But I mean, the guy did win us a Super Bowl. He was a big contributor. But I do feel like, yes, like Smitty does not.
Well, you just bought that painting too from the event, so you definitely don't want AJ Brown to get traded.
No, not even that either. It's fine if he don't, like, no, like, not even that part as well. But with Smitty too, yeah, like he's not a drama guy at all. He really just puts his nose like to the ground, like he just plays the game, and that's a great thing about him. And you need more players like that in this league. Especially if you're going to get more respect from fans and other teams as well. And I think with AJ, it's a little confusing too, because people are really like, and why they're thinking like you and some other people are like, oh, you know what, let's trade him, because he does a lot of the troll stuff where he will order Patriots jerseys that are signed by Tom Brady and Edelman. I get that, but he was a
and purposefully show number 11 with no context on the front. Like, he knows what he's doing in that video. Come on.
The good thing is they don't wear those design of a jersey anymore. They don't wear those. They wear the other one that he got signed by Brady. So they wear that kind of design. So that's the one thing where I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, it's fine. I get it. You grew up as a Patriots fan. Like, it's like a lot of those people, like in the 90s, who grew up as like Cowboys fans, unfortunately. And I mean, I say this all the time, like, and you've heard me say this, like David Disease, the people that are from Philadelphia and they're Cowboys fans, like in the Philadelphia area. It's just, I mean, it's kind of like that. The Patriots were pretty much our generation's Dallas Cowboys. That's literally what they were, because, like, think about it. All the Super Bowls they won. I mean, you had a lot of people that were jumping on their bandwagon, and they love Tom Brady. They love what he did, and he is the GOAT. So, I mean, that's the main thing. But I just don't see why you would try and split up AJ and Devontae. I think Devontae would actually be kind of ticked off. I think he would be really ticked off in general. And I think he knows it's a business, but at the same time, though, getting rid of a guy like AJ Brown, who's kind of helped him emerge as a wide receiver in this league, he's kind of mentored him as well, which has been really cool. I think that would honestly not start drama, but it would kind of raise some eyebrows for Devontae and be like, whoa, like, my job isn't safe either. right now. Like, you never know. But yeah,
I
it's
get
going to be
that.
really interesting. I think Thursday for sure. I think some trade will happen. I think Howie's going to be calling some teams, and either it's a drastic trade where we get rid of a player that's currently on this roster. I think of anything, it might be Dallas Goedert, because I just don't. I think they're going to go after a new tight end. As I said before, I think that guy Mason Taylor is going to be the guy. I would love to see Tyler Warren, as Friday said in the comments. But I think Tyler Warren is such a good player that I think he's going to be probably a top 10 pick. I think people thought he's going to be like a top 15. I think Tyler Warren is going to actually get taken by a team in the top 10 because he's that good. He's that talented. He is that much to um, really show as a tight end. I mean, he's got a lot of value to his game. I mean, just a lot of like natural talents that he has. So we
Yeah,
just got to wait and see. But I'm
I think
excited.
I think it's going to be a good one. I think that whoever they bring in, there's a lot of pressure because last time around was when they took Dallas Goedert, ironically. So the last Super Bowl was when they brought him in. Maybe this Super Bowl is when they get the changeover. But I feel like they're already built enough to be a team. And I'll make a hot take. I don't think that the A.J. Brown trade is going to happen. I do agree with you. I think if anybody, it should be Dallas Goedert. But I will say, if A.J. Brown goes, I would not be surprised either. Like, because of, especially with what just happened with CJ, how he's trying to get younger. He wants more capital in the draft, early draft, not late draft. So he's going to try to see what he can do with these 4th and 5th round picks and players to turn them into early 1st and 2nd round picks over the next couple of years. So he doesn't have to pay these guys. He can pay Jalen Hurts and go hopefully win a couple more Super Bowls. That's a hypothetical. That's a bird's eye view. But I'll make a hot take for you, Mac, okay? If A.J. Brown goes to the Patriots and teams up with Vrabel, I'm going to make probably the hottest take of the year right now, that Tom Brady will come out of retirement to come play with that team. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out for a second. Let me
I
tell
don't
you
think
why.
he can. He can't.
I don't know if he's technically, I haven't heard that he signed away the official papers yet that BG has. I don't know if Kelsey signed them. I think Kelsey signed them too. I've never heard that Tom Brady's officially retired, which is a different set of papers you have to sign, which is weird to me because if he's in the broadcasting career, he's a father, why wouldn't he just sign the papers, right? That means it's always in the back of his head. If Drake May doesn't work out for the Patriots, I could see Tom Brady coming in and balling out with this Patriots team. Hot take, but I could just see him coming back one more year. He said it already a couple of times in the media that he thinks that the NFL is mediocre nowadays. I bet you he could go out and compete for the AFC North, I believe it is, right? Or is it the AFC East? AFC East. I
No,
believe he
no,
could compete.
I
Oh,
think
it
it's
is?
right. I'm trying to
No,
think.
I think it is the East because the
Yeah,
Ravens are the North, which confuses me. Because I would have
right.
thought the Ravens were the East like us as a kid with the Eagles, them being close. They're the North. Confusing, I think. I believe it's the AFC East. I apologize if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It might be the North. Whatever it is, regardless, the division with the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets, I think he could go in there. He's already got the Jets and the Dolphins pretty much beat when Tom Brady comes in there right now. If he goes and plays against Josh Allen with A.J. Brown and his IQ and his ego that he has right now, I could see Tom Brady competing for that division and having like kind of like like 1 or 2 more good years. And I know that sounds crazy to some fans, but he's bored. He's bored right now. He doesn't want to just be a broadcaster. I could see that. I know that sounds like a crazy thing, but they want to compete, the Patriots right now, especially if they bring in A.J. Brown. They aren't bringing A.J. Brown in there to just hang out. If they bring A.J. Brown in there, they're trying to win the division at minimum. So I bet you that a case would be made. But all that's fun and games.
Here, wait. Can I actually? I was
Yeah,
gonna spit a little knowledge, but then I also kind of knew as well that yes, he could actually come back. It is possible. It's still he's legally eligible, but as it's saying, yeah, to unretire. However, though, he is a minor, like he is a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders right now, which prevents him from playing on any team. So it's a new NFL rule apparently, so he cannot, since he is a minority owner of
But
the
he
Las
could
Vegas Raiders.
liquidate it and sell it to a kid or a family member or someone really quick if he wanted to. Like you could do all that within 3
He
to 4
could, but
months.
I don't think it's happening. I think he
I think
knows that
it's unlikely. But if AJ Brown goes to New England, I mean, just think about that for a second. Do you think he could win the AFC East or compete for it if he came back with AJ Brown?
No, because here's why. You have the Bills
Give
in
me
that
your
division.
record. I'm interested.
I'm trying to think what with 18 games or 17. I'm trying to think again.
We'll say 18, so 18 games with AJ Brown.
So I'd
Tom
probably
Brady.
say, probably 9 wins. I'm trying to think how many losses that would be. That would be, that'd be 9-9, I guess, right?
Yeah, 9-9,
I'd say
500.
9-9, something like that. But I don't know. I just think that's not happening. The guy's like 45 years old, 46 if anything, maybe something like that. He's already got a lot invested in his future right now. He's already he's doing that announcing. He's an owner of the Raiders, and then also he just opened up a huge card spot for sports cards in the American Dream Mall. So he did that as well. So I think his days of playing is over. I don't see it as a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, as Moose just said, his ship has sailed. I agree. I agree with the Moose on this. His ship has sailed, and Dalton's ship is I don't know, but his ship is going crazy right now in Wildwood in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm in rocky waters, I guess.
He's drinking some whiskey on the boat right now, Moose.
The captain's deck. But
something.
it would be interesting. It would be awesome. Who beats Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? Jalen Hurts. No, now I'm really sounding like a Philly fan. I'm only ball busting. But
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to just do a little bit of a quicker show today. I know it's Easter weekend. We do have no shows tomorrow. So if you guys are tuning in, please just know with Easter Sunday and the holiday, we chose to do no shows tomorrow. So enjoy your holiday, enjoy your family, have some fun. But we did have our Eagles Autism Challenge fundraiser at Klondike Kate's this past Wednesday night. And boy, was it a good time. We raised a total of, I believe it was $2,866.63 off the top of my head. That might be a little bit off, but it was around $2,800. So we raised a bunch. Rare Vintage raised a bunch. Wheelhouse Cards raised a bunch. Our fundraiser donated by all of our awesome sponsors raised a bunch for our baskets. So I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody that took the trip, being KJ's family, being Alyssa's family, being everyone that came from Philadelphia with our guest bartenders, the people that just came from Maryland. There were a couple people that made the trip. I mean, everybody there had at least, I would say, a half hour, 25-minute drive at minimum. So I want to, and if not, most people had a 40, 50-minute drive was the average. Some people had upwards of an hour and a half, 2 hours, especially on the way there. There was some traffic. So I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody that came out on their Wednesday night to support me, support KJ, support Jack, support Ash, support the entire 302 Birds family, Joey, like everyone that came out and supported us. I'm so proud of you, KJ. I'm proud of Joey. I'm proud of Jack, because that was our best event ever. It really couldn't have went better. And we raised the most amount of money we ever have for the Autism Foundation. Next year, I think our goal is going to be $3,000, if not $3,500. We're going to have more stuff there with Wheelhouse. KJ was awesome in finding Wheelhouse and coordinating that whole effort so that we had these 2 awesome tables with your boy, who hasn't met the Philly fanatic yet. That's on Dutchie's bucket list still.
I actually almost met him. Well, I met him before, but I ran into him
we'll get
yesterday.
to it in a second. I just want to finish this.
Yeah. No, you're good.
But your boy hasn't met him yet, but I did get a signature from him, thanks to you. And the table that KJ laid out was awesome. I mean, Wheelhouse had a Saquon Barkley signed helmet. There was signed memorabilia. Chaos Chris got a painting signed from Cooper DeJean with his pick 6. There was a lot of great stuff there. So I just want to give a huge thank you to Wheelhouse. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our sponsors, Rare Vintage. I want to give a thank you to John Marco and Klondike Kate's. I want to give a thank you to all of our family members. And I want to give a thank you to KJ for setting it all up because
no
there's
problem.
what KJ got to bring home. There's his hardware.
This is awesome. So
that's why KJ doesn't want to get traded, guys.
Don't trade him. I swear to God. Oh my God, I would be so mad.
It's like buying a jersey for a player, and then you know who's famous for that? Jack Dordan on the podcast. He buys a guy's jersey, and then they get traded. I think when we were kids, he got Deshaun Jackson traded.
Yeah, that happens a lot with Philly sports fans. I mean, that happens. I mean, there's always like a bunch of jerseys. I mean, you see a lot of people like. You can never be like, I mean, that's why it's so crazy. Like, I mean, like you see all these players that play for a team for their whole career. I mean, you saw Mike Schmidt do that for the Phillies. You saw Kobe Bryant do it for the Lakers. I mean, there's just a lot of players that you can name. So, I mean, like, but yeah, obviously, like when players get traded, it's the worst. It sucks. So, I mean, I love, and you guys know, like being a wait, what's up?
No, Moose is just saying, he's cracking me up in the comments. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're good. I'm just
Abdul Carter is probably one of my favorite Penn State players of all time. One of my favorites. Probably I would say Saquon's first. But Abdul Carter is insane. I would love to have him on this team. But if that means I have to get rid of A.J. Brown, I say no. So, I mean,
he's still talking about it.
Well, no, because
I'm Paul Boston. Don't worry. I agree.
Oh, wait, what? Who, Moose?
I would do AJ Brown though. If you said AJ Brown and Abdul Carter, I feel like this. You got 2 great receivers. You don't have one great edge rusher. Bring in a great edge rusher. And I know you and I can agree to disagree on that because AJ Brown is an exceptional receiver. I'll agree with that. I mean, there's no denying he's a top 5 talent. So I get why people feel that way. I'm not going to say they're wrong. I'm not going to say that the way that they feel isn't justified because it is. But in my opinion, I love the edge rushing position so much for the Eagles. It's just been such a position that they've used for years, like getting after the quarterback. And if they don't have that next year, they're not going to have the same success. I don't know. But real quick, I mean, what was your opinion on the event? You did a great job setting everything up. So what was it like seeing it come to all life, all your hard work paying off, man?
It was awesome because, I mean, me and Havens, you had to go do some things at your parents' house, print out some flyers and everything like that, which was awesome. And you were getting everything prepared as we were as well. And we kind of showed up a little bit earlier and they kind of let us in. I mean, they were at first, they were like, oh, well, we aren't supposed to be setting up before 5:00. And they kind of let us slide a little bit. So that was good. But it was awesome because at first we were a little like, oh, geez, there's a lot of tables. And like we had a lot of space last time, like to really move around where people weren't really sitting. But this time we had way more people than we've ever had. So I think having the tables was good, but we were able to eliminate like one of the tables and like move it out, which was good and kind of get rid of some of the chairs. But I think we had enough tables to really accommodate the people that wanted to sit down and kind of relax. And the people that wanted to stand, I mean, it just seemed like everyone was having a good time. Nobody was really uncomfortable. Nobody was really like complaining. I think everyone had a good time. And now there's people that want to come next year. They're asking us that they will be there. So we might have to upgrade a little bit. Not the place. No, we're staying with Klondike Kate's. That's our spot for sure. And we give a super special shout out to Klondike Kate for having us and being the host for us. I mean, that was sensational just to have that space. Maybe we'll upgrade and we'll even get more space. We'll get another room rented out as well there. That'd be great.
Party.
So we'll figure it out. Next year, I think it's going to be even better. I mean, we thought to ourselves last year, we were kind of disappointed with the outcome from last year. So we kind of wanted to really step it up this year. We really were like, you know what? We really put our pen to the paper and we really were like, all right, me, Dalton, Havens, we all came together and Ash. There's a lot of people involved, Jack as well. we really tried to figure out, okay, how can we make this better than ever before? And I think we really did make it better. I mean, just like, and it just seemed like everyone was happy. Everyone was, and I think the people, as you were saying before, with the wheel, I did not think Wheelhouse was going to come out swinging like that. And they totally did. So, I mean, shout out to my guy, Charles at Wheelhouse. Great guy. I've known him since they started the whole thing. They just opened up their 4th location, which was awesome. And yes, we had the Moose, which was awesome too. The Moose.
If you can get the Fanatic next year. So Moose, if you don't remember,
Yeah.
I'm the one that hasn't met the Fanatic. I'm pretty sure he's met the Fanatic. I've never met the Fanatic in my life. So if you can get the Fanatic regardless for us next year, me and Mac will be thrilled. But I just wanted to say real quick on here, following that up, KJ. Yeah, I'm so proud of KJ. I'm proud of Ashley. I'm proud of Jack and Havens. I mean, everybody stepped it up. Like KJ said, we all came together as a team and we were like, hey, we didn't have enough people here last year. We kind of underwhelmed. What can we do to step it up? And, our families all stepped up. We stepped up and it was an awesome night. I'll never forget. Like, it was seriously one of the best nights of my life. So thank you for all the help. And thank you guys all for helping us raise money for a great cause. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, is raising money for Philadelphia Eagles autism. So stay tuned, because it sounds like we might have a real special guest next year if Moosey can get Lucy for us one more time.
Whatever that means. Hopefully that means something that's a little like PG and not beyond that. But yeah.
Hey, it is PG. I gotcha. But
yeah, no, I know. I'm joking. But yeah, I think it was sensational. I mean, shout out to Rare Vintage as well. My guy Casey and his sister. I mean, they were awesome. Great people, amazing people. And we are excited, hopefully, to be working with them next year for the event. I think they definitely said they're going to be coming back. So that should be awesome. And I'm just excited for next year. I wanted to come like that fast. Like I wanted to be like a really awesome event. And then it just kind of like all of a sudden you look at the calendar and it's right there. So hopefully that'll be soon. I mean, in a matter of no time.
You're making me almost tear up over here, man. It makes me happy how much you care about it, because you love it like I love it. Havens loves it, and I got a great team. I couldn't ask for better people to do it with, and I love you guys. So you're right. I mean, it sucks that we got to wait a whole year to be back there. So maybe this year what we do is I'll actually have to talk to John Marco and Klondike Kate. Stay tuned. Maybe we do a couple watch parties again. Maybe we pick a couple games next year. And what we do is we can try to rent the upstairs for an away game or two and go watch upstairs and do the same kind of thing. And maybe even raise money for Eagles autism. Maybe we do like a halfway point, because like KJ said, I mean, the one thing that's cool about the event is we get to see all those people at the tailgate. But it's really cool when you can see everybody in one place, number one, because everybody's usually at their own tailgates or a different tailgate. And it's really cool when it's in the off season, because I've missed all those people. Me and KJ, we're besties. We hang out all the time. You know what I mean? Like, same with Chaos Chris, same with Jack, same with Ash. Like, I talk to these people all the time from 302 Birds. So don't get me wrong. I love them. Joey, same thing. It's great to see them. But like PSG, Nady, the Moose, all these people who showed up, and there's a lot more that I didn't even name. Fourth and John, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's so many people we can name. But my point is, when everybody came together for one cause in the offseason, it was just like, it was a good halfway point. And I hadn't seen a lot of people since the Super Bowl too, which made it that much sweeter.
Yeah, I mean, I almost felt like we were running around so much. I mean, I didn't get to say like how much the Super Bowl meant to all of us. I kind of wish, me doing the MC in a little bit, I kind of wish that kind of went into that kind of realm, kind of talking
next
about
year.
that.
Next year, I'm going to tell Maddie, anytime you have an announcement, go hand the mic to KJ and he'll do it. I'm going to just let you take that bull next year.
Yeah, no, I just meant, I wish I kind of hinted more on us winning the Super Bowl, because I mean, like, God knows when that can happen again.
True.
But I feel like everyone knew that like we won it, obviously, and like I think like we were all excited as well, and like I think like it was well represented. I mean, we had the freaking trophy there too, so I mean,
that was awesome. Thank you to John Marco.
That was really cool.
That.
John Marco in general just really stepped up, and I mean, he's just such a great guy. Every time I've talked to him, it's always been a pleasure. It definitely has. And I mean, just the generosity that he has shown to us. I mean, just small like YouTube /TikTokers. I mean, just like out of nowhere, he's just like, I believe in you guys. And like, we really appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. We really do.
Well said, Mac. I don't think you
Yeah.
could have ended it in a better way. So thank you to our partner, Klondike Kates. We love you guys like family. Thank you guys to everybody that came out, including the Moose, everybody that supports our network, supports our show. We're going to try to do some more stuff with you guys here. We got the Phillies post-game show coming on later tonight. It might be a little bit later after the game just because Shardy's got some stuff going on with family, he said. Baseball game for his son. And then some family stuff for Easter, of course, too. Everybody's running around for Easter today. So if it's a little bit later, please be understanding of that, guys. Know why. I also might try to jump on there if I'm not doing anything. But once we get back to Monday this week, the network will be rolling. We'll be back to everything as normal. Shows will be normal. I know we don't have any of our night shows tomorrow night just because the holiday, but we appreciate your guys' patience. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. We appreciate you guys coming to our event. And it's honestly been a great ride doing this with you guys. Mac, once again, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank Chris enough for doing all this stuff. I mean, it's a lot of work both you guys put in your own personal lives and your own personal times. And like I said, I mean, there's not a group of people I would rather do this with. So thank you guys all for that. And let's go Phillies. You got anything you want to say before we wrap up, KJ?
Yeah, go Phils, and looking forward to hopefully a great Phillies season, and hopefully an amazing Eagles season that we can even be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be even a better fundraiser that we are going to host for next year. So, I mean, only time will tell. But yeah, I mean, Moose in the comments as well. We're looking to do some maybe some watch parties. We'll figure that out. Maybe a summer party. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what we can do. But we appreciate you guys, and that was awesome. So, I mean, we couldn't have done that event without you guys actually making the time, driving out there. I even know, like, what was his name? Yeah, Jimmy, our buddy Jimmy. Crawley, he actually came all the way from Penn State, Happy Valley,
Damn.
which is not a close drive at all. I think that's like almost like a 3-hour drive. So, I mean, shout out to him. He had to go back to campus. I mean, he lives on campus there. So, I mean, that's a really big commitment that he
Thank you,
really
Jimmy.
did. So, shout out to Jimmy Crawley. I mean, Jimmy Hot Takes on TikTok. I believe that's his name on there. So could be wrong. But yeah, we appreciate you guys so much, and have a great Easter or whatever you celebrate. But yeah, we appreciate you, and God bless, and go Birds and Phils.